Hey guys, welcome to another review. I am quite deflated. I have quickly thrown on some makeup to try to disguise how shit my eyes look from the fact I've been crying for the past 6 hours. 3 of those hours were during the damn movie. So I'm exhausted and I'm gonna have to refill this with Coke to try to, perk myself back up. By the way, what do we think of the Avengers cup that I got at my movie? Trying to go all the way around. Apparently my cinema, because they're not getting enough money from the 20,000 sessions that they've got in a single day, apparently they want more of your money. So they have 5 cups to collect. This is also Village Cinema in Australia. I'm assuming they're all doing this. I don't know. But you have 5 cups to collect. This aspect of the cup are all the same, but the tops are all different. They have Thanos, Iron Man, Rocket, Ant-Man, and the Hulk. I would like to collect them all, but I'm not made of money. So I just, for the time being, got Thanos. He is the ultimate evil of kind of the entire saga, so felt it was important I got Thanos. Still irks me that we do not have every Avenger of the movie on this cup. They did it with my other Avengers cup too. But anyway, I'm gonna have a quick say about what happened when I saw the movie, and then I'll get straight into the review. So if you don't want to hear that and want to get straight to the review, just skip on ahead. If you are new to my channel, you'll know when you get there because the screen behind me will change to Avengers. So when you see that, you know you've gotten to the review. If you are a parent and you are considering taking your children to see this, while I definitely think children should see this, despite the violence, I don't think it's that violent. There is violence, but I don't think it's gonna leave children scarred for life. I think that children definitely should see this. It's a monumental film. It is achieving something that has never been done in cinema before, and to be alive in this time when something is being like this is being accomplished, I think is absolutely incredible, and I definitely think children should get to see that. But 3 hours is a very long time, and to ask a child to sit still and remain quiet for 3 hours is a near impossible ask. So unless you know for a fact that your child can remain quiet and still, please do not take them. There is so much that goes into this film, that goes on the screen, so much to take in, and if your child is, well, being a child, it's completely going to ruin certain moments for the other viewers, and it's definitely going to ruin it for you as a parent. I would say either wait until you can find a session of the film that not a lot of people are going to, where it'll be a little bit more quiet, so maybe wait a week or 2 to see the movie, or just wait to get it on DVD, and then you have the option to pause every time your child asks a question. I say this because I continue to be the goddamn cinema jinx for myself. I mentioned it to my brother. I'm like, I don't know, I always manage to sit next to somebody who's loud. And then it happened again. I know I bitched about this in Alita, but it's happening again. I was sitting next to a 4 or 5-year-old boy who was too young to completely understand what was going on. So every 5 seconds he was yelling out his questions because he's a kid, so he doesn't know how to lower his tone. And so he was constantly pointing at the screen going, "Who's that? Who's the bad guy? Is that guy? Oh my god, that's so-and-so. Why is that person doing this? Is that person dead now? Is that person not dead now?" Every goddamn minute, he had a new question. And I understand that kids are very curious people. My nieces ask tons of questions during Black Panther, but difference is we were watching that at home, and I'd already seen it twice, so that didn't bother me. But this is in the movie, and I'm currently sitting there crying because something is going on the screen, and now I've just missed a very important piece of dialogue because I can't hear that over the kid who's yelling in my ear. To make matters worse, the dad was very loudly answering all his son's questions. And then even when the son wasn't asking questions, the dad was speaking to him, basically giving commentary and telling him and explaining everything that was going on. I gave that dad so many dirty looks, it's not funny. And he at one point, and he saw me each time, he definitely saw me. Because when I would do it, he'd kind of tell his son to quieten down. But then he was still loud. I'm like, dude, it counts for you both. The glare is for both of you. Not to mention, the dad plied his child with so much candy, so much popcorn, so much soft drink, that the kid was going back and forth to the toilet, which means he's going back and forth past me 3 times, which technically means 6 times through the entire movie, and it was doing my goddamn head in, and my brother was next to me just going, just focus on the movie, just focus on, I'm like, well, I can't, because I can't fucking hear it. So, I missed several important pieces of dialogue because of this kid. Now, I'm not angry at the child for being a child. The kid can't help it. He doesn't understand that maybe he's being loud, maybe he's disturbing other people. That's not his fault. But the parent is completely aware of this situation, and the dude was fucking encouraging it. And I'm sorry, like, no. No. Either you do not go to opening night of this movie with your 3-year-old or 4-year-old. No. You go to a less busy session, maybe go in a week or 2, or wait to get the DVD. But thanks a lot for fucking ruining it for me, or ruining some aspects of it for me. So, please, just really think about it. A lot goes on in this film, and I really think you need to debate if your child can handle it, and if the audience can handle your child. Because it's Marvel, people can get protective. Someone may want to kill you. So I'm just saying, think about it. But anyway, I will stop venting about cinema etiquette, and I will get on with the review. Avengers Endgame is a 2019 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics superhero team, The Avengers. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, with screenplay by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, it is the 22nd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and sees the surviving members of the Avengers and their allies work to reverse the damage caused by Thanos in Infinity War. People have been all over social media for days, even months, saying they are mentally preparing themselves for Endgame. Even now posting that they are watching it saying, I am ready. But let me tell you now, you are not ready for this film. There is no possible way to mentally or emotionally prepare yourself for what you are going to endure the moment you sit in that seat. I knew I wasn't ready, but I really wasn't ready. I have not cried so much during a film ever, and even after the fact, I am still crying. I am emotionally drained, I'm shaking from the adrenaline still leaving my system, and I'm not sure these feelings are going to die down anytime soon. Imagine getting a call that your entire family has just died in a plane crash. Then you come home to find your house has burnt to the ground. Then as you wander through the ashes, your partner tells you they have cancer and they're leaving you for someone else. That's pretty much the level of overwhelming emotional pain I just experienced, and if you're not a wreck after this movie, you must have no heart, because I find it hard to imagine anyone walking away from this movie unscathed. What I just witnessed has never happened in cinematic history. History has just been made. No film has ever put such a large number of acting talent on the screen at one time. The enormity is felt in every moment of this film, but especially during what I can only describe as the most epic, monumental battle in cinema history. As I was watching this in motion, I had 100 thoughts rushing through my head. I thought, the Battle of the Five Armies hasn't got shit on this film. I thought, this is the most incredible game of hot potato I have ever witnessed. And I thought, I have never seen so many strong, inspiring women gathered together in a single scene, working as one, fighting for the greater good. As if I wasn't already crying enough, as a woman, seeing this hit me like a ton of bricks. I felt so proud to see such strong representation before me and there to inspire and amaze the young girls of this generation and hopefully future generations. I kind of keep repeating myself here, but nothing like this has ever been done, and I don't know if it ever will be again. I don't know how the MCU will be able to top itself. While this isn't the end of the MCU, this aspect of its story has come to an end, and it's painful. Watching movies is easy. We don't get that invested in their characters because we know after an hour or so that will be it. Watching a TV series and seeing it come to an end is an emotional experience because you have gone on this long journey for years, becoming attached to these characters, invested in these characters, and as they have grown, so have we. So when you have to say goodbye, it feels a great deal like loss, or at least for me. That's precisely how this film feels. We as fans and viewers have been on this 11-year journey too, and for it to finally be over is a hard pill to swallow. We've always known how grand these films are and how monumental the universe is, but this single film really presses the magnitude of it all onto the audience, and it suddenly hits you just how much work has gone on, not only into this movie, but into every film up until now. This film is like the ultimate Marvel tribute, plus the most incredible Marvel reunion. There are throwbacks to every film that has come before, and we see characters we never expected to see. And I was thrilled because so many of my favorites, which I never thought I'd see again, I got to see again and be reminded of how much I love them and why they're my favorites. No one misses out. Everyone has that something special be included. It doesn't matter what movies you're a fan of, what characters you're a fan of, they all get celebrated and honored in this film. I said that I wanted and needed Thanos' takedown to be a group effort, and I had no idea just how big a group effort I was going to get, but it was more than I could have asked for, and I'm still wholly mind blown and in awe of what this film achieved. The manpower, the thought process, the execution, there are no words. I have no idea how the Russo brothers came up with such an intricate story, or how in the hell they were able to execute it, let alone execute it at this level. More than just seeing the acting talent on the screen, when you think of the magnitude and then think of how many people were working behind the scenes, it's jaw-dropping. The time, the energy, the number of people who worked tirelessly to create this unique cinematic experience, it just reminds you what an enormous collaboration this movie and all the others are. This isn't a one-person job. This is what it looks like when hundreds, if not thousands of people work together on a singular goal. And now if we could have them all working on climate change, we really could save the world. People throw this around too easily, and I never say it, but I am now. Avengers Endgame deserves multiple Oscar nominations, and I will stand by this. In case I haven't been clear, what has just happened has never, I repeat, never been attempted in cinematic history. The direction, the level of vision that went into this is so astronomical that it deserves recognition. The costume design and then the number of costumes that had to be made deserves to be recognized. The cinematography that is so out of this world, literally, that to overlook it and not praise it would be a great injustice. The script work, which would give the greatest minds a run for their money, should be appreciated, and a score that still after 11 years can bring an audience to tears and make them feel the full impact of the movie cannot be ignored. And don't even get me started on effects. I mean, that one goes without saying. Endgame brings together elements from every film and unites them seamlessly into a single movie. Nods to moments some may have even forgotten, realizing what we thought were fun, benign moments in previous films suddenly being revealed to be the most subtle foreshadowings in history. I'm running out of ways to say how incredible this film is and why without spoiling it. I assure you it's tough to talk about this film without really talking about it, but fact of the matter is, even if you went to your friends and asked them to tell you everything that happens in this film, it would still not do this film justice or be able to encapsulate all that this film has. I would have to watch this several times and probably then still wouldn't catch everything, but as much as I want to watch this again, I don't think I can. I don't think my heart could take it. I experienced so many shocks and twists that it makes every ride at Disneyland look tame. I have had many characters over the years that I haven't liked, and then after Infinity War, I finally liked them, and most of those characters were women. But as of Endgame, they all became so human and so important, and I loved each of them, and I'm getting emotional as to say it, and I didn't want to lose any of them. However, I still am not a fan of Captain Marvel. Sorry to say it, but it's true. I said Endgame would determine how I felt about her, and well, I don't like her. While she is not used very much, and I appreciate that, because you can't come into a 22 film saga at the final stretch and be the big hero. The film has to end where it started, and it's not with her. But that's not to say she's not essential during the significant moments of the film, because she is. And when she is in battle, she's incredible to watch in action, but her personality is still that of a goddamn brick. And she oozes a level of arrogance that I find off-putting. While the character thankfully shed a tear for her friend Fury, which I hoped she would, that's not a spoiler, that was Captain Marvel's post-credit scene. She still waltzes in acting like she's the best and that she's got this. Even when finally working as one of the team, she still speaks in a manner as though she is superior to them, which I'm not a fan of it. Other characters have had an ego or arrogance, but theirs was backed up with humor or balancing it by showing how human they were, and so it made it okay. This just bugs me. Speaking of human, it was overwhelming and yet so powerful to see our greatest heroes looking so defeated and at their lowest point. To watch them being so vulnerable and human stresses the severity of what has just happened, and you feel it. This is a Marvel movie, so it is filled with humor, but even as I'm laughing, I'm crying because there is still emotion behind the jokes, and half the time it is used by characters to distract them from their pain. I don't think I can recover from this film. In this film, we say goodbye to people we love, people who I will not name, but I will say that at least one of them I was at no point expecting to lose, and my brother and I just looked at each other with tears down our faces and our mouths open in shock. As I said, nothing can prepare you for this movie. Some say this is a spoiler, some say it's not, and I have no idea, but there is no post-credit scene, but I recommend staying till the screen fades to black for two reasons. One, seeing the credits reach the end to find there is nothing there truly hits the viewer with the fact this is over, we have reached the end. And two, because I believe there is something there. During the end of the credits, there is the sound of metal on metal, almost like the faint, subtle sound of a blacksmith at work smelting, and I have no idea what this means. Is it a nod to the beginning of the very first film, or is it a sound of something to come? I have no idea, but I encourage you to stick around and listen out for it and see if you can hear what I heard. Maybe I'm losing it. I was in a state after all, but I'm still sure I heard it. Nevertheless, I would love to continue to talk about this film, but it can't be done without discussing the events themselves, and I refuse to ruin it for people. Also, I don't think I'm ready to talk about it. Okay, that was really hard, but I think I managed to say as much as I could say without revealing anything, and I managed to do it without crying. I'm impressed with myself, but had a few moments there where I had to wipe back the tears. Thank God for editing. Yeah, this was hard. I think I'm gonna be crying for the next few days. I have no idea how to process this. Like, I'm amazed and in awe of this film. I've never seen anything like it, but at the same time, I kind of hate this film. And I'm not saying I hate it because it's bad, I hate it because I'm not good with goodbyes. And this is like, I'm gonna cry again. It's like a giant goodbye and I'm just not ready for it. I can't do it. I want to avoid it. I was so excited for it and now I'm like, I don't want to go near it. I want to stay away. It hurts. It hurts. I don't want to go there. Whew. Ooh. I will end this video by saying, and then try to get my tears back into my eyeballs. I will just end this video by saying that if you are subscribed to my channel, then please hit the notification bell, and that way you will be informed as soon as I upload new content. Because if you are subscribed to a channel and you don't hit the notification bell, YouTube is not going to tell you when the people you're subscribed to upload new content. You're not going to be informed. It's a really stupid system. YouTube's algorithms suck. It's a really dodgy thing to do, and if someone is a small YouTuber like myself and they're really trying to get their channel to grow, it only grows if people are actually engaging and watching your stuff. And while I'm not comfortable with plugging or telling you guys what to do if I want this channel to grow, which I do, then you've got to actually, you know, say shit. Shit doesn't get done unless you say it, so I'm saying it. So please, if you are already subscribed, hit that bell. It will really, really, really help me out in the future. Anyway, I am done saying all this stuff. I'm going to go and continue to cry. And think about my plan to collect all my Avengers cups. It's like collecting the bloody Infinity Stones at this point. It's no easy feat. At the very least, I want my hands on Iron Man. Definitely want Iron Man. But anyway, if you have seen this film, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it without spoiling it for anyone else, just in case anybody else is reading the comments. Or if so, you know, do the no spoiler thing and then pass it so they have to actually click to reveal it. And somebody please come and hug me and hold me and comfort me because I'm miserable now. I really am gonna risk to start crying again, oh shit. Yeah, so I'm done. I'm done, please, but yeah, comment down below. Anyway, at this point I'm just babbling on because I'm trying to stop myself from crying, but I don't think that's possible, so I'm gonna go and cry some more. So, until next time,